What exactly is insulin resistance? And how does it develop into diabetes mellitus? And more importantly, can a plant-based diet reverse these conditions? In this video, when we talk about diabetes mellitus, we're referring to type 2 diabetes. Before we get started, please subscribe and leave a thumbs up if this video is helpful, and don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments below. We always answer your comments. Insulin is a hormone that carries glucose or blood sugar into our cells. It's important to understand that hormones are chemical messengers in our body. They tell our cells what to do. So insulin resistance simply means that our cells are not listening to the hormone insulin. Being insulin resistant doesn't mean you will have diabetes mellitus. You have a chance to correct the problem before the insulin resistance develops further. By making changes to your lifestyle, you can totally reverse insulin resistance before it develops into diabetes mellitus. And at the end of this video, I'm going to share 3 simple steps to reduce your risk of diabetes. Just in case you're wondering, insulin resistance is just a fancy name for pre-diabetes. What are the risk factors for developing insulin resistance and diabetes mellitus? They are a sedentary lifestyle, in other words, not getting enough exercise, an unhealthy diet, which is composed of processed foods high in fats, sugar, and salt, being overweight and smoking, and finally, high blood pressure and high cholesterol. Notice all of these risk factors overlap with each other. If you have a whole food plant-based diet, you won't have high cholesterol or high blood pressure. You won't be overweight, you wouldn't be eating high fat, high sugar foods that cause weight gain, and because you have so much more energy, you'd probably feel like exercising more as well. Actually, vegans have a rate of only 2.9% diabetes according to researchers when studying 60,000 people with various diets. This is the lowest rate of diabetes found in all the groups that were studied. So what are the symptoms of diabetes mellitus? It is possible to live with diabetes, especially type 2 diabetes, for years without knowing it. Symptoms tend to come on slowly over a period of time for most people, but some of the symptoms are feeling hungry, thirsty, or tired all the time. If you're having headaches for no reason or needing to pee all the time, you should probably go to the doctor and get your blood sugars checked. One of the most noticeable symptoms is feeling shaky if you haven't eaten for a while. Or an example would be exerting yourself on an empty stomach and then suddenly feeling very shaky, weak, and with a cold sweat. This is usually low blood glucose and a sign that your hormones aren't doing their job. This shaky, cold sweat feeling is a progression of insulin resistance towards diabetes. If you feel this way, your body is having trouble balancing glucagon, a hormone which increases blood glucose into the blood to stabilize your blood glucose levels. You see, insulin takes glucose out of our blood, but glucagon puts glucose into the blood. Blood glucose must always be within a range, or we will feel very sick very quickly. Very low blood sugar is a medical emergency. If you've ever experienced this feeling, you've probably had an instinct to eat something. And usually, eating will make you feel better quite quickly. It's still important to go to the doctor though, and even more important to change your daily lifestyle to reverse the condition. Which brings us to our next point. You can absolutely reverse insulin resistance and diabetes mellitus with a change in diet and exercise routine. Now remember, we don't want to be one of those people who would rather die than change. So here are the changes you need to make. Step 1, daily exercise. What sort of exercise should you do? Well, that all depends. What do you like to do? You have to be able to move every day, so you need to enjoy it. It really is as simple as that. Move and breathe. Oxygen is the giver of life to our cells, so take some deep breaths while you move. Step 2 is to eat a whole foods plant-based diet. Eating whole foods will nourish your cells in the very best way. You'll be getting all the nutrition you need to heal every single cell in your body. You can eat as much as you need, don't go hungry, eat a wide variety of foods to get a wide variety of nutrients. Check out our video on the plant-based diet playlist that's in the pinned comments below. Step 3 is to reduce stress. Now, eating well and moving should help you to do this, but some people need to actively reduce their stress levels as well. Stress is a killer of health. Stress affects our hormones and therefore raises our blood glucose, and it also interrupts our immune system. Have you ever noticed that you tend to get sick when you're under a lot of stress? Reducing stress these days really means changing the way we think about things. Most of our stress comes from within. It's our thoughts and our perceptions. Most of us tend to worry about things we have no control over. This is stress. So meditation can help, or just taking a walk and repeating some positive affirmations, or even just counting your blessings can help. And I do mean literally counting your blessings. And one more very important point. If you're taking medication, please visit your doctor and work with them, because chances are it won't be long before you'll need to reduce the medication or stop taking it altogether. How do you reduce your stress levels? Let us know in the comments, and we will see you in the next video.